Hi everyone, I'm back again with another video, and for today we're gonna be talking about the communication principles and the ethics of communication through a reaction video. So before I start with this, I'm gonna introduce first what this video is all about. So this is a video of Darren. Darren is a 2016 champion of Toastmasters International Public Speaking or Speech Competition. So if you want to know what Toastmaster is, Toastmaster is a US headquartered non-profit educational organization that operates clubs worldwide for the purpose of promoting communication, public speaking, and leadership. So basically, it is an organization that helps people improve their communication skills, public speaking skills. So that is it. Let's start with this video.
Darren, outsmart, outlast, Darren Day.
So the title of this speech is Outsmart and Outlast. Or Outsmart, Outlast. Okay, from this point, at the very start, like for the first, I think 15 seconds of him standing on that stage, it already became interesting. So that is a very nice thing. That is a very good thing. Take note of that. Catching the attention of the audience from the very start of your speech is a very important thing in public speaking.
Hey loser! How do you like your new school uniform? I think it looks great on you. Those were the words of my high school bully, Greg Upperfield. Now, if you're all wondering whether the underwear that Greg used was clean, I had the same question. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and anyone, including those watching worldwide, if you are looking at Calvin Klein here, stop staring. My eyes are up here.
So that is the introduction of his speech. As you can see, at the introduction, you already have the idea on where the speech is going to, or what will he talk about in his speech. So he said bully. He told a story about him getting bullied by Greg. So that gives us an idea that this topic is about bullying. But he added some humor in it to make it light, because we all know that bullying is a very serious topic. But he added some humor in it to make it more light, so that the audience or the people will become comfortable. That is a clever way to make the audience stay attentive to what you're going to say.
At age 14, when I go to school, my high school bully, Greg, would stop me in my tracks during recess and would tell me, I'm going to so get you outside, I'm going to knock you in your teeth, punch you in the gut, and laugh at your sorry behind. Well, he didn't quite use the word behind. I just cleaned it up because this is a Toastmasters program. And ever wondered why bullies always felt the need to tell you the exact sequence they're going to bully you? My friends, whenever I heard those words, my hand would tremble. Have you ever felt so fearful that you could not eat or sleep? At age 16, Greg was 6 feet tall and weighed 240 pounds of what I can only presume to be biological insulation. I tried everything I could. I tried buying a cake for Greg, hoping he would stop, only to have the cake on my face. I tried telling the teacher about it, only to have Greg torment me even more. I even tried taking up taekwondo and karate, only to break my wrist while trying to hit a thin plank.
So as you have noticed, Darren is telling his personal story, and that is nice Because telling a story or telling something that you personally experience, it establishes your sincerity. It makes the audience trust you. It makes the audience trust you even more because you're being open to them, that you experienced this thing, you yourself have gone through these things.
My friends, just as I was about to give up, my aunt gave me words of wisdom. She said, the way to deal with bullies is not to hide or run. The way to deal with bullies is to outsmart and outlast.
Okay, so that is why the title is Outsmart and Outlast. Because it is the solution for dealing with bullies. Outsmart, outlast.
It was like a light bulb in my mind that went bing! I can do that. And with whatever 14-year-old smart brain I had, I managed to outsmart and outlast Greg. I changed to a new school. Several years later, after my encounter with Greg, I met a bigger bully, a better bully, a stronger bully. And this bully, no matter what I do, I could not get rid of it. This bully would echo negative words to me, telling me I'm a loser, telling me that I would never ever succeed.
So from this point, you see that from a story that has a lot of humor, he added a lot of humor. He is slowly leading his speech to a more serious tone. So I think that means that this is where the real message of what he wanted the people to know begins.
My self-esteem would be so damaged that some days I would just want to lie in bed, not wanting to get up. Have you felt that way before? This bully knew my schedule so well and would stalk me 24/7. And I could not run away from this bully because this bully resides here. The bully is inside me. My friends, as much as we try to deny it, we are our toughest and strongest bullies. We beat ourselves up and put ourselves down. Have you ever felt that you were not good enough? I felt that way. At times, we are our worst enemies. And at this point in time, if you are wondering, how long is Darren going to have his underwear outside his pants?
Okay. He read my mind. He read my mind. I was actually thinking, how long is Darren gonna wear that underwear outside his pants? Like, it's almost 5 minutes of his speech. It's almost 5 minutes of his speech, and he's still wearing that. So, what is the real purpose of that underwear?
This is the World Championships of Public Speaking Grand Finals. Isn't 5 minutes too long? If you felt that 5 minutes was long, how long have you been wearing your invisible underwear outside your pants? How long have you permitted your inner bully to take charge of your life?
Okay, another thing, asking the audience that kind of question is also a good point. Because it makes the audience think about it, makes the audience reflect on themselves. It makes the audience it helps the audience to have realization on themselves.
5 minutes isn't long. Now, I remembered the inspiration, outsmart and outlast. But this time round, I could not change to a new neighborhood. I could not change a new brain. I could not run away. Something else must change. And this was when there was a turning point in my life. I met another Toastmaster. This Toastmaster uplifted me and changed my life forever. His name is Greg Ungerfield. I met Greg. I was shocked to meet him at a Toastmasters meeting. Since when did the Toastmasters logo turn from where leaders are made to where bullies are made?
Okay. Another thing is that what makes this funny is well, in communication, we have this intended and unintended communication. The intended is the message or the things that you want to tell the people, meaning it's already planned. This is what he's going to tell the people. This is what he's going to talk about. Now, the unintended communication is the non-verbal things, the facial expression, the gestures, and also the tone of his voice. As you can see, what makes this thing funny is the way he said that. The way he said, when leaders are made, he said it like there was an integrity in the, is it what we call the tagline? There's some integrity in it. But suddenly, when he said where bullies are made, the tone become funnier. Plus, adding his facial expression when he was saying that makes the message funny. So as we can see, not just the message or not just the verbal things affect what you're going to say, but your body language, the tone of your voice, the gestures you make, that really affects what you're saying.
Greg, by the way, is now a counselor, teaching teenagers to combat bullies. Who knew? And this was what Greg told me. He said the best way to deal with inner bullies is not to run or hide. You cannot run away from the bully here. The best way to deal with it is to stand firm, face it, and acknowledge its presence. When you do so, you are no longer identifying with it. You are stepping out and observing it. It's like instead of being out there in the storm, you're now in the house watching the storm. Your inner bully will weaken and fade. I was thinking, wow, that's profound. How come you didn't tell me when I was 14?
Okay, another thing. One principle of communication is irreversible. Meaning, you cannot take back what you have already said. For example, what Greg did and what Greg said when he was still a bully, he cannot take it back. Yes, you can apologize. You can learn from it. You can apologize from what you have said, but you can never take it back. It already affected the person. So make sure that you have to be careful. You have to be responsible of everything that you are saying.
My friends, I'm standing on stage now before 2,000 of you and many more watching worldwide. But I'm not afraid anymore. I'm in control because I'm acknowledging it. I'm stepping out of it, observing it, and watching it weaken and fade. My friends, let us all not run away from our inner bullies anymore. Let us all face our inner bullies, acknowledge its presence, and fight. Let us all be vulnerable together as a family, supporting one another. Because we can all outsmart and... Mr. Toastmaster.
Okay, he's done. Okay, he's done. So I have listed here some things. First is the props. If you're going to use a prop or props in your speech, you have to think about it deeply. You should not use props unless it is really necessary, because if that props has nothing to do with your speech, it will only become a distraction. So make sure that your props should contribute to the objective of your speech. So that means that if you are making a speech or if you are communicating, you have to know your objective. You have to know your topic, what you're going to talk about. Of course, you should know your audience. You have to analyze who your audience are. What do they need? Will this message be helpful to them? What are the things that most people can relate to? All in all, that was an effective communication because first, he is clear with the purpose. His purpose is to inspire people, to help people deal with the bullies, specifically the inner bullies. Now next, number 2 is he was able to support his message with facts. And those facts were based on his personal experience from his own story. Number 3, the message is concise, it is clear, and very comprehensive. In fact, even a 7-year-old could understand what the message is all about. Number 3 is he was able to observe communication ethics. How? One instance is when he rephrased the exact words of the bully, because in that setting he was standing on a stage in front of more than 2,000 people in different ages. So the right thing to do is use the proper words or the appropriate words. And number 4 is he was very natural on stage. He appears to be very confident on stage. He roams around. It is as if he owns the stage. So that's all, guys. I hope you understand something from this video. If you have more questions or suggestions or other opinions about this, just let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Click that notification bell so that you'll get notified whenever I upload another video. 'Cause you're the